Today we're gonna see how to configure the provider SAML Directory Manager plugin into Joget to perform SSO. This is the SSO will be initiated by service provider. So let's see how to configure this. So I have a Joget running here. This is Joget DX 9. So the steps would be same for Joget DX 8 as well. So we will need an IDP for this, the identity provider. So I'm going to use Okta for this case. So I'm logging to Okta using my developer account. So first and foremost, we need to grab this plugin and install into Joget, which I already have it. So for example, if I go into settings, manage plugins, so I can see here so this is SAML directory, service provider SAML directory manager. All right, so we're going to configure it under our directory manager setup, currently set to default. So let's go to Okta and see the steps. So first and foremost, we need to create an app. So I do have some previous apps, but I kind of inactive them. So let's create a new one. So we're going to use SAML 2 for this. Press next. So we give it a name. So let's call DX SSO Joget DX, for example. So press it all optional. So press next. Now here we need to provide these two URLs. Single sign on. This is the URL which will be the response will be posted back after the user logins to Okta as a single sign on. So for these two URLs, we need to go back to Joget and we go to directory manager and change plugin. So we're going to choose our plugin, which is SAML service provider directory manager here. We need to copy these two URLs. I mean, they are the same. So let's copy one of these. Sorry. So yep, copy, and I'm gonna paste it here and into this. So these are two URLs you need. Then the next important stuff is thing is that application username should be here. Sorry, the ID format should be email address, and inside here under attributes we need to add 3 attributes, which are first name, last name, and email. And from here we need to choose the user first name, user last name, and user email address. So yep, that's pretty much about it. We do not need to configure anything else. So just press next and just choose this is the internal app and finish. So our app is ready. So we can see under the single under the sign on, we have a meta URL, and then we have the IDP cert. Actually, we will need this IDP cert and this metadata later for the plugin configuration. Now before that, we need to go to assignment and we need to assign some users to this app which they can perform login. So under Okta here, under directory, I have created a few users. So let's go back to application and let's go into this under the assignment. So I'm gonna assign John Doe to this. So save and go back. Okay, we are pretty much done. Okay, so as been assigned. Now the most important thing is now we need to get the metadata. If you see in the plugin, you will need 2 things, IDP cert and the metadata. These 2 things we will need in order to perform this single sign on. So how to get this? We go to sign on. That's the meta URL. Let's copy this and open into a new URL, new tab. So that's the metadata of the metadata. Now we need the IDP cert, which is this guy down here. We're going to download it. So download cert. So I'm going to save it to my local, say call here, so Okta, say call yeah, Joget SSO, and I'm gonna open this file with the Visual Code, Visual Studio. So that's the cert here. So now we have the cert and we have the metadata down here. So let's go now. We are pretty much done at Okta side. So let's go to Joget. So now we need the IDP cert, which is this guy. Just copy everything, paste it here, and the next is metadata, which is you need to copy this whole thing and paste it inside this. And we need to click the user provisions, press next few times. So now this is this will show a login button at the home screen. So if you say call login Okta, for example, that's the text color and all that, pretty much the same. So we need to key in the email address, the SMTP settings. So let's say call a demo at domain.com, host is mail.smtp.com, and for the port I just key in something, let's say 22 for now. I mean, we are not going to use email anyway, so and just submit it. So now I can see here the directory manager has been set up. So let's see. So inside my Okta account I have a user called let's go to directory people. So let's use this guy jt.domain.com. Let's paste it somewhere here, and the password for this is let me reset the password. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think I know the password. Okay, so now we're pretty much done on the setup side. Now we need to access Joget. So let's copy the URL here and open a new incognito window, paste it here. So when I click on login, so now we can see this login Okta button shows up here as we have configured in our plugin here, this guy over here. Okay, so when I click on this, so it's going to take me to Okta's login screen. So before that we need to make sure a few things, that in the settings here under the system administration, the API the whitelist here we need to put static, and the whitelist also. I mean, this can be actually the server IP addresses which we want to whitelist, but the sake of demo I'm going to put a static, which means everything, all the email, all the IP addresses and all the domain names. This one. Second thing is, because I'm running on a 3 user license here, so I need to have, I'm going to delete this. If there are already user here more than 3-4, then it won't work because it's only for 3 users. So all clear here. So now let's go back to the Okta login. This is the one. So that's the username I want to log in now. So as you can see, it was initiated by, if I go back here, so in this case Joget is service provider, so Joget is initiating this single sign-on using Okta as IDP. So I'm going to key in the username and key in the password, and when I sign in, there you go. You see it, the single sign, the SSO has been performed and the user has been logged in successfully. You can see the John Doe's name, and if I click on his profile, for example, here, where is the profile? Okay, anyway, so now if I go back to administrator just now here, and if I click on the users, so I can see the the user has been created automatically here. Now this is all done because we have enabled the user provisions down here. Actually, if this is not enabled, so it won't create the user, user won't be able to log in. So that's how we can set up this plugin, the SAML service provider directory manager, using an IDP. Hopefully that's it makes it clear. Thank you so much.